Alright, what's up everybody? So we are on episode 7 of Attack on Titan, and the last two episodes were absolutely incredible. Episode 5 was super action-packed, of course, and ended on this insane kind of twist, I guess, where it appears that Eren actually died, but then again, it's still kind of a question for me right now, because they didn't... For me, it wasn't definitive enough, if that makes sense, right? Like, yeah, we actually saw him literally die there, but at the same time, I'm just in complete disbelief, if that makes sense. Like, did they just actually pull a Game of Thrones on us? Or is this a different kind of situation going on, right? The 6th episode followed that up with something completely unexpected. Of course, we did see kind of the aftermath of how Armin reacted to it. But then at the same time, out of nowhere, in comes Mikasa, and we see her backstory, with Eren included at the same time. And I just thought it was, like, I was absolutely in love with it. I thought it was, amazingly well done. Like I said, I've been on board for the ride from the very first episode, because I really enjoyed it already there, right? But episode 3 and 4 were more kind of set up and introducing us to characters. So where the series started kind of at a peak, it, took a little decline there, if that makes sense. And then boom, here we go. And like, right now, I'm just super, I just can't wait to see what actually is going to happen in episode 7 now and where things will be taken. Yeah, that's the thing. I've speculated a lot, of course, about, well, what does this actually mean for Eren? Did his character die there? I myself was kind of in the belief that they were just pranking us, if that makes sense, and they're gonna have some type of, explanation for it or something. But then, and this is kind of my problem, right? Is like, I really enjoy doing these reaction videos right now, and even though I kind of told myself that I shouldn't be reading comments and stuff like that, because I got told so many times by people that like, oh yeah, you will eventually get spoiled, so don't do it, right? I really told myself, like, I'm not gonna read this stuff, but then I still find myself sometimes, like, again, I have certain questions, and I'm kind of interpreting things a certain way, and I want to make sure that I get things completely right, and so every now and then I find myself glancing over it and then regretting it almost instantly, right? Not that I got spoiled in any major way, it's just that, like, I glanced across some comment that said something about, like, oh, Attack on Titan is more of an ensemble cast type story. It's not just about kind of like a focused story on just one or more characters, if that makes sense. And that got me to think, like, oh, so that might actually mean that, like, Eren wasn't really the protagonist of this series after all. And yeah, this is kind of where things will take a turn, and it's going to be much more expanded, if that makes sense. But again, that's just a theory right now based solely on that one comment that I read. And I really told myself from now on, like, I'm not going to read this thing anymore, these comments, because, yeah, even though I very much appreciate you all, and, like, I love how, how well the response has been so far, and that you're all enjoying it so much, seeing me watch this series for the first time. Again, I really appreciate your comments, and please do keep commenting, especially for each other to read, of course. But yeah, I told myself I shouldn't be doing that, because for me, the experience is totally fresh, and I don't know anything that's going to happen still in terms of the major plot points and stuff like that. So, I'm just super curious to see where it goes. Of course, I do have a Patreon where you can get early access to 3 upcoming episodes. Over there, the people who will be, commenting there, I probably will be checking those out. I'll get, someone else to check out the comments for me in advance, just to make sure that there's nothing there that's spoilerish. And then I will be making sure to read the comments over on Patreon, because those are the people that I know I can kind of trust more, if that makes sense. Because of course, with YouTube, you just run much more of a risk, right? So on Patreon, I'll be, still reading insights and stuff like that. So if there are things that I get a little bit wrong, or, once again, I try to analyze everything as best as I can and take it all in. So I do want people to kind of help me out in that regard, if that makes sense. And so I figured that, like, yeah, with Patreon, I can still get people to, provide that for me, if that makes sense. But I should probably stop talking right now. We've already been going, I see, for 4 minutes, because I love talking a little bit too much before these episodes. Episode 7, which is called The Small Blade Battle for Trust Part 3, actually. So I guess we're going to kind of, again, continue from where we left off, and I'm super curious to see where it goes. So here we go. They really like using these this first minute always kind of as a recap, right? So I guess that's kind of what this Yeah, what they keep doing here. Right, so okay, so right now we have a colossal and an armored titan, I guess, right? And then these little minions. First world destroyed, obviously.
850年再び姿を現した超大型巨人によって壁が破られ巨人に食われたものは皆無だった
Except Aaron. Yeah, exactly. What the
犠牲になった兵士を除けばエレンあなたがいる
Man, honestly now this is kind of making me think that like he is actually dead. Dude, I'm so excited to see what's gonna happen now after this intro. Well, I don't know if I should be really excited for it, but... That's crazy, honestly. Again, I'm just in complete disbelief. If that's actually, like, what happened. Like, it makes me feel a little bit stupid, because I'm just questioning, like... Am I supposed to just... be 100% sure that he is? Or, you know, like... Again, that's kind of the confusing part. Small Blade, Battle for Trust, War 3.
お待ちください隊長。もし巨人が攻めてくれば、我々補給兵だけでここを守るのは不可能です。
お願いします。どうかお残りください。
そこをどけ。
しかし、もしここが落ちれば。
黙れ！それ以上口を開けば反撃罪とみなし、この場で罰せねばならんぞ。
She gonna find out now?
一時撤退の鐘の音は聞こえたはずなのに。もうダメだ。
Yeah, that would terrify me. For sure.
そんなものが何の役に立つっていうの。
Is he doing what I... Okay. Jesus. I should probably not laugh at that, but...
どうすんだよ。俺らがここでうだうだやってても同じだ。ここにも巨人が集まる。珍しく頭を使ったな、コニー。だが今の俺たちの兵力でそれができると思うか。の誰にそんな決死作戦の指揮が取れる。まあ、指揮が取れたところで俺らじゃ巨人をどうにもできねえ。
He seemed to have such ambition before. And now he's like the first to give up. Wow, look at that. Man, I swear, Potato Girl is gonna be my favorite character at the end of this show. Probably. Yeah, I don't know how Armin will ever recover from this though. He has complete PTSD.
まだだ。やるなら集まってからだ。
兄、なんとなく状況は分かってる。その上で地上を挟んで申し訳ないけど、エレンの班を見なかった。
Well, here we go.
私は見てないけど、壁を登れた班も。
そういや、あっちにアルミンがいたぞ。
アルミン、怪我はない？大丈夫なの？エレンはどこ？僕たちクレイ34班エレンイエーガー非常5名は自分の使命を全うし壮絶な戦死を遂げました。
34班はほぼ全滅か。俺たちもまともに巨人とやり合えばそうなる。
僕は何もできなかった。
How is she gonna react now?
アルミン、落ち着いて。今は感傷的になっている場合じゃない。マルコ。
What the f... She just moves on. Man, that's... yeah. This is totally in line with her character that we've seen before though, actually.
あの数の巨人を一人で相手にする気か。
できなければ死ぬだけ。 勝てば生きる。戦わなければ勝てない。
Damn. I don't know what to say, man. She shows no emotion whatsoever anymore. It's crazy. Once again, that's what we saw in the backstory, of course, already, right? Where she had that one moment. Where she basically just said, fuck it. And she seems to have never really left that phase, if that makes sense. Oh, okay, they're just going for it now, damn. She really is a complete badass. Ah. I mean, again, it's still kind of a coping mechanism, I guess. That's just how she deals with her emotions, by just, like, not, kind of even accepting them, if that makes sense. That Titan needs some fitness. Yeah, I was expecting that one. She just sliced off his hand or what? What is she doing? She's just gonna do everything she does, kind of in his spirit now. Yeah, basically in memory of him, right? Who the fuck is this? What? Why is he punching the other ones? Wait, is that Eren? Don't tell me. Well, I don't know if that's just a crazy theory that I suddenly came up with, but... What the fuck is happening, dude? Yeah, I think you got that one. My first inclination was to think this is Eren in Titan form somehow. But again, I could be totally wrong. I mean, he doesn't have the exact, like... I would think he would have this exact same haircut then too, but I don't think it's exactly the same, so... Again, probably a dumb theory, but... Why is this Titan killing all the other ones suddenly? Jesus Christ. He regenerates? This show is gonna take some twists and turns soon, isn't it? I feel like that, yeah.
そしてかすかに高揚した。その光景は人類の怒りが体現されたように見えたから。
Yeah, rage is definitely the word to describe that one. Okay, what an episode, man. Once again, great, but yeah, at the same time confusing. You know, I'm probably gonna be confused a couple more times in the future with this show, but it, like, you know what's great about it is, like, it leaves me confused in a state where I just want to watch the next episode again. And hopefully get the answers, you know? Okay, so I think, like, there's this really problematic thing, this inner conflict for me with this show, is that I'm the kind of guy, you may have noticed that already by my reactions, but I don't really like speaking before I'm able to really collect my thoughts and make up my mind on something, right? The problem with this show right now kind of is that everything becomes so confusing that, again, I just become completely insecure because I don't know what the hell to think anymore, you know what I mean? And so, yeah, I don't like speaking on things when I don't already know 100% sure if I'm correct in my assessment, right? So I'm coming up with all these theories and stuff, and at the same time I just go like, am I really stupid for coming up with these theories or something, or is this what I'm supposed to do? You know, I guess that for now we do have to simply assume that, yeah, Eren actually died. Once again, that was something I was conflicted about, because I'm like, I just wasn't sure. I just wasn't sure if that's what I was supposed to already think from the get-go, that like, oh, he definitively died. Or again, or if there was going to be some type of like, oh, here in the next episode, we're going to find out that actually this and this happened, and it's kind of a twist that they're pulling on us. But no, for now, yeah, he seems to be dead once again. All that I can really say is that I really love all the characters that we've, you know, like all these characters that they've already so tried so hard to kind of establish in these past 7 episodes. You know, they're already shining right now. Whether it's Mikasa, who once again has gone through a lot of traumatic stuff in her past, decided to kind of cope with it by being completely closed off in terms of her emotions and stuff, right? And yeah, I think, like, I don't know if, once again, if this is kind of a weird comparison to make or something, but that's something that I myself notice a lot. Like, you know, I'm kind of maybe in some way a kind of similar type of personality, if that makes sense. I don't really outwardly show a lot of emotion all the time. And then what you often see is that people kind of assume that it means that you're cold or something, right? Or that you don't actually feel emotion or something. But that doesn't, or it doesn't always have to mean that, right? You can still feel a lot of that emotion on the inside. It's just that on the outside, you're not really too comfortable with showing it off all the time. That's definitely something that fits my personality, and that, you know, clearly she is kind of, well, she is similar, although I guess that kind of transpired from, again, the events that happened in her past. And so, yeah, on the other hand, there is somebody like Armin who I really sort of like connect with and feel for, if that makes sense, just because he's clearly dealing with it very badly. And yeah, again, he's just a super likable character to me, already was from the start, and doesn't quite deserve all the stuff that's happening to him, obviously. Once again, for now, I guess this episode had a really almost... What I noticed myself is that this episode had almost a sort of quiet vibe to it or something at times. I don't think there was a lot of music playing in this one. It wasn't... Obviously, again, this is in the aftermath of Eren's death, and so all the characters were reacting to that and stuff, but there wasn't a lot of, you know, like epic music or something like that, right? Even though they did have that kind of montage of, once again, going after them and stuff. And there was that small moment of like, okay, let's do this, and fuck it, let's get over our... sort of pessimistic attitude that everybody had at the time, right? But yeah, I guess the big twist sort of happened at the kind of the last portion of the episode, is that suddenly there's this Titan now who is killing all the other ones, and the question there is like, okay, why? Again, I initially kind of had the theory like, wait, is this actually Eren returning in Titan form or something like that? I don't know if that's something... Again, I'm just trying to kind of figure out, like, are there these anime cliches or something? Is that something that, could possibly happen in an anime show or something like that, right? I don't know, because I've never seen anime, but the reason why I thought that was that it came right off of, I think, Mikasa having this kind of flashback to Eren, right? And then boom, there's this Titan showing up, killing the other one, stomping him in the head with his feet, I think it was, in an absolutely brutal way. And so it made me think that, like, the way it was edited, could that be what they are hinting at? But then again, the Titan, I don't think, looks quite similar to him in terms of, I just looked at the haircut and somewhat similar, but not completely similar. So again, could be a stupid theory, and probably it doesn't make any sense. So this is the state that I'm in with this show. I'm asking myself all these questions, and at the same time, I kind of go, am I dumb as hell to ask these questions? That's like, that's what I talked about in the beginning of, right before this episode as well, with how I do like sometimes to see the community reactions, because they can clear up some stuff in case that I should already have noticed certain things, or should have, where it's not spoilerish, right? But that being said, another amazing episode, and I very much look forward to see where episode 8 will take us and what's going to happen there. So that's all that I can really say for now. Of course, you can support me on Patreon, where you'll be able to get early access to 3 episodes, including full-length reactions, if that's something you're interested in. And then for now, I very much look forward to seeing you all in the next episode.